for you one of our biggest matches in a long, long time. Ladies and gentlemen, it will all happen tonight in the confines of the steel cage. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole lot more here tonight, including, we understand, somewhere in this arena is Tank Abbott. But tonight, in the steel cage, live on WCW Monday Nitro, it will be the World Television Champion Rick Steiner and Sting. The cage match has been signed for later on tonight. Eddie Guerrero, we understand, will be coming back out here. We'll be seeing Eddie for the first time in a long time since an automobile accident took Eddie Guerrero down. Tony Schiavone, the one and only brain, Bobby Heenan. Boy, quite an impact made last week, not only by the unexpected appearance of Tank Abbott on Thunder, the Ultimate Fighter, who is one of the toughest street fighters of all time. You saw the run-in he had with Rick Steiner. In addition, Macho Man Randy Savage still on a collision course with Kevin Nash coming up the Great American Bash, and no one is safe in the sights of the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, you're right. You're totally right about that. Tank Abbott was very impressive. I like the way the man talks. I've watched the man before in Ultimate Fights. He's a very tough street customer. Talk about Savage, that's a different kind of a character right there. That's a different kind of an animal. This man is focused. This man wants Kevin Nash. This man wants to be the champion of the world. And when he puts his mind to something, he does it.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the steel cage, Sting and Rick Steiner, the World Television Champ. Can a cage hold these guys? That's what I want to know, because there's been a very volatile situation between these two men over the past couple of weeks, ever since Slamboree, really.
Well, you know what Sting's capable of. You know his mentality. You know how tough the Steiners are. All four sides of the cage could come down tonight. The roof could come off. You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, here he is, Eddie Guerrero. First time in many, many months that we've seen this fine professional wrestler from this great state of Texas. And he makes his way here. He's going to join us, we understand, talk a little bit about his recuperation from the automobile accident. It's good to see him back. He looks in great shape here. And as you know, Brain, injuries in the ring can take its toll. But if you combine those, and you know he's had them with the injuries and in an automobile accident, really, it's great to see him walking again and back here.
Well, thank goodness he was a wrestler, because the average person probably wouldn't be back now. He'd probably be someplace else.
Eddie, sit down here if you will. I know you're not accustomed to putting the headset on, but put your headset on. Can you hear us okay?
I sure can, Tony.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Boy,
It's good to see you too, Bobby.
Eddie, good to see you. Excuse me.
Let's take a look at some photographs here of this the car accident we were talking about, Eddie. If we can show this and tell us now a little bit about this and your comeback here.
Well, Tony, I rolled the car. I was shot out of the car 100 feet. I sustained, as far as injuries, a lacerated liver. Wow. I had reconstructive surgery done on my shin and ankle, and I had a broken hip socket.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. It's good to see you back. How do you feel? And tell us about between then and now.
Well, as far as it feels great to be back. You know, it's some things you take for granted in life, and this is one of the things that I took for granted. Now I have the option of not only having being here with you all again, but being able to walk, being healthy, and hopefully soon getting back in the ring. As far as what I feel, words cannot express what I feel, Tony. I'm here.
Truly one of the greatest performers that we've ever had in World Championship Wrestling. Why don't you stay with us for a little while, do some commentary, get your feet wet in the ring again.
Thank you, Tony. It'd be an honor.
He's always been my favorite. You know that.
Thanks, Tony.
Let's go to the ring. Our first match on WCW Monday Nitro. Eddie Guerrero's. Okay. I'm sorry, what are we going to do now?
We're going to listen to some music.
Okay, to the ring we go. And Hack comes out. Hey, Eddie Guerrero's here ringside, and Eddie, Hack's gonna come out.
Well, you talk about some different types of matches. Now this is different. You know, there's one thing I'm glad about is that I know how to wrestle, and I didn't have to do this kind of wrestling. Believe me, I would not like to meet up with the types of a person like Hack.
Hack and Chastity, the sister of Raven, out together. We talked a lot about extreme. We talked a lot about hardcore. You heard what Gene Okerlund said to Tank Abbott on Thursday about how wild it's getting right here. And here's one of the reasons. Hack out with the kendo stick. The cane, if you will.
Look at the look on his face.
He means business, guys.
And what an impression he's made here at WCW since his arrival. He's beat a lot of people up.
He's an intense individual, isn't he?
As intense as they come, Eddie Guerrero, and here comes another one. The former cruiserweight champion, and truly one of the finest athletes pound for pound that you'll find in Billy Kidman. To face Hack, what a difference in styles we got in just the opening bout here on Monday Nitro.
Well, I'll tell you something, these people are in for a heck of a match because, you know, talking personally, I've dealt with Billy Kidman. That, you know, Billy's got one of the biggest hearts, and he'll fight you till the end.
All right, Hack and Kidman to go at it. Here, one-on-one, and the opening bout, Mickey J will be the referee to start things out. As we said tonight, we have the cage match. Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin of the reunited Steiner brothers, will go at it against Sting in the steel cage. That's all here live and a whole lot more on WCW Monday Nitro as we head now toward the Great American Bash, Sunday, June 13th, out of Baltimore, and live on pay-per-view.
This is going to be interesting. Hack's got a different style than Kidman. Kidman does a lot of aerial moves. Hack just beats you up.
Kidman, I would guess the logical strategy here, guys, especially Eddie, you can chime in on this, would be to wear Hack down, to use the things that he knows best to get him spent early in the match so he can maybe take it to him later on.
But Billy's doing the right thing. Going down to the mat, putting his weight on him, making Hack, you know, expend some energy that he doesn't want to.
Hack to go top wrist lock right now, and he pulls Kidman by the hair down to the mat.
Kidman, so versatile, such an athlete. That's all you can say about the guy. He's really a great athlete. But Hack just doesn't care, and it's pretty hard to beat a guy that doesn't care.
Certainly approaches each match with reckless abandon. The top wrist lock this time, Kidman reverses into a hammerlock and a back elbow. Stuns Kidman.
Takes him over.
Into a head scissors.
Kidman is so quick. That's why when you take Kidman down, you got to make sure where he is, where his arms, where his legs are, because he can take advantage of you just like that.
Kind of a stalemate that time. And now a drop toe hold here. As Kidman floats over, and we have...
Oh, who's coming out? Who's that?
That's Tank Abbott.
You know, he's been talking a lot of, well, I can't say it on TV,
A
but
lot of trash
that's
about
right, he is.
professional wrestlers. And obviously you, the great wrestler you are, and we in this business not taking too
Well,
kind
it's
of
not
that.
very appreciated,
This
Tony,
guy
I'll
is
tell you
truly
that.
one of the toughest.
Mike, Tony. There's no secret why I'm here. You know what's going on tonight. Sting and Steiner, they think they're hardcore. They don't know what hardcore is. You see that cage up there? That's hardcore. You know how many times I've been in that cage?
A lot.
More times than I can count. I don't care. There's one thing I'm doing. I'm going to be the ref, and I'll be here, and I'll bring hell with me if I'm not. You understand?
You got it.
You understand?
Yes, I do. Yes, sir. He says he's going to be the referee for Sting and Rick Steiner in the cage tonight.
Well, if he says he's going to be the referee, I bet he can be. He can do anything he wants as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Eddie Guerrero, we saw what happened on Thunder, and we replayed at the top of the program where Steiner got some blows in, and I guess that's one of the motivation factors to put Tank Abbott as the referee tonight for the cage match later on.
Well, Steiner ain't going to back down from him. I know Tank, he can hold his own. You know, this is going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to that cage match,
You know,
Tony.
just to repeat the words from Mike today that he said on Thunder on Thursday night. Look at Kidman going to work in the ring on Hack, and Hack slides on the outside. Here's a guy who was the top draw in Ultimate Fighting, but they suspended the guy, the first one ever suspended from Ultimate Fighting for actions outside of the ring. That's how tough he is.
Oh, man.
Well, there's plenty of room outside the ring here for actions if you want it. He'll fit in great here.
Yeah, but he's going to be in the cage tonight. He wants to be the special referee.
He can do whatever he wants. I've heard the guy's reputation. He's a bad, bad guy. He's a street guy. He's a real tough customer.
Walks here calmly with his entourage. Didn't scream. Very cold and calculated. Those are the most dangerous guys.
Well, I'll tell you something else, Tony. You know, you got a lot of people here in WCW that know more than one way to skin a cat.
Absolutely. You got some of the greatest wrestlers in the greatest wrestlers in the entire world, and they are here tonight on TNT. And Hack now.
Tony, not only wrestling, they know how to do it outside the ring.
And they know how to do it. Go ahead, Eddie.
Bobby, just like you said, if he's looking for it outside the ring, there's a lot of people here that could give it to him. He came to the right place.
He knocked on the right door, all right. He's found a ladder. He's found tables. Maybe a sledgehammer. Who knows what he's going to find under there?
Yes, I am, Chaz. I'm watching. We're all watching as Chastity is over here with us. He has 2 tables and a ladder.
What is he doing, Tony?
I'm watching a lot of things here tonight. Okay.
You know, this is something new to Billy Kidman, because I know he's not used to this stuff.
Kidman, I don't know how much Kidman can take of this. He goes into the steel ladder.
This don't look good.
Hack is not done yet. Props up the table.
What's he
on
doing,
the other
Tony?
corner. He's doing it just like Tank Abbott. He's doing anything he wants.
Huh. Maybe I should take some more time off.
Well, I would think before you want to get into one of these extreme matches, Eddie, I think maybe you should.
Maybe try door-to-door encyclopedia sales.
That's an idea, Bobby.
On the table.
Oh, that has got to hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know about the cage match, and you know the cage match is happening between Sting and Rick Steiner. But now, one of the most dangerous men in the world, Tank Abbott, will be the referee tonight. And as we bring that to you, here comes Humorous.
And Jimmy Hart, they're out.
Now, what are they doing here, Tony? What do they have to do with this match?
I have no idea. But they're out, and here comes Brian Knobbs.
A human garbage can.
This is wild.
It's Nitro, it's Monday night.
The trash can. Hank gets back up. Amazing 3 shots with the aluminum trash can, and Brian Knobbs
he's
has
not
wiped
done.
him out. You're right, he's not done, Eddie Guerrero.
Not done by a long shot.
Remind me not to get in the ring with these guys, Tony.
Remember on Thunder when Jimmy Hart asked Brian Knobbs to join the First Family?
You want to kill John Dynasty now and play a little bit?
I don't know if he knows how to
Come
answer
on,
yes or no.
because
He just
I'm
wants
as
to fight.
nasty as I want to be.
And Knobbs is a little excited.
All right. There's a whole lot more to come on Monday Nitro.
Hack's going to have a headache for a long time.
The Marriott at the airport by 11 o'clock tonight. Understood? Yeah, they get 2. If the 8 girls get 2 limos. Right? Done deal. Marriott, 11 o'clock. 8 girls delivered. My room. Bye.
So you're crazy. Nothing crazy about that.
Have we got this thing worked out with the boy yet?
Of course, it's taken care of.
Is Savage's elbow drop banned?
It's banned. I
It's
have
done.
the executive committee review tape just to put all the ducks in a row and make sure it's official.
It now is illegal.
No dissenting votes. It's illegal because you said it's illegal.
But who's going to ban it?
You're banning it.
I'm banning it?
Absolutely. You're
Who's
the
banning it
president.
tonight in the show?
Oh, you can ban it.
Okay,
You're
I'm
the
banning it
president.
then. I'm banning Savage's elbow. He can never use it again on WCW, on television, on Nitro, pay-per-views, nowhere.
I'm just your backup saying it's official.
But who's banning it?
You're banning
I'm banning it tonight in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, tonight it's banned.
Yeah.
Make sure. What segment am I on?
What?
What segment am I on the show to ban it?
You're in every segment if you want to be.
Okay, right. It's done.
You're
It's
the
banned.
president.
It's banned, right?
Yes, it's
banned. It's banned. His elbow is banned. No more elbow drop. Savage elbow drop banned.
in this portion of WCW Monday Nitro Live on TNT, brought to you by Valvoline. You can always tell the guys who use Valvoline. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us. Tonight during the cage match, Tank Abbott of Ultimate Fighting fame will be the referee between Sting and Rick Steiner. Here's what happened Thursday between Steiner and Abbott on Thunder.
All right, they just alluded to it here earlier on, the fact that Rick Steiner's going to be facing Sting at an all-holds-barred shoot cage match. I think that's pretty hardcore.
Once again, did a bunch of cherries fall out of the sky? He's not.
Whoa, wait a minute, Tank Abbott. I mentioned the name Rick Steiner.
What are you doing coming? You think in UFC you beat up a couple guys, you're gonna come here, talk trash?
Yeah, you want to go? Let's go.
You wanna go?
Hey, what the hell is going on? Get out of here.
Oh my goodness, look at this!
What a fight that was, and Bobby the Brain Heenan, Tank Abbott walked out here unannounced a few moments ago. He'll be the special referee tonight, one of the baddest men on the planet in that cage match.
No doubt about that. And you know how fast the hands are of Roddy Piper.
Yes, I do.
I'm telling you, you watch the fists of Tank Abbott. It's known throughout the world how fast the hands are of this guy. He can hit you like with a 6-inch punch and knock you out for a week. He's that tough a guy.
He's going to be in that cage, a special referee, live tonight here on Monday Nitro. Eddie, anything you'd like to say to anybody or anything out there before you leave?
Well, I'd just like to tell, thank the people that were praying for me and thank them for the consideration. I'd also like to thank WCW and also, believe it or not, Eric Bischoff, who kept me employed. It was 5 months where I was down and out. You know, I couldn't feed my family without him.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Okay, Eddie.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you back in the ring very, very soon. Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, Eddie.
Thanking Eric Bischoff. How about that? We've all wondered whether we can trust Eric Bischoff or not.
Well, there's one man that kind of is on his bandwagon.
So there you have it. Eddie Guerrero makes his way out of the ring area, and as he does, we're going to be visited here in the ring. Obviously, you know who this is, Diamond Dallas Page. And you saw the top of the program. The top of the program before we even came in the Astrodome here, as Raven was all alone walking towards the Astrodome. He was attacked by DDP and his friend here, Bam Bam Bigelow.
You know something, Tony? All the years you and I have called wrestling action, Diamond Dallas has always been a loner. He's always been by himself. So has Bigelow. In the different organizations he's worked at, he's been by himself. These two men are now together. They're friends, they're allies. They're both from the same part of the world. This could be very, very, very dangerous.
They have the shot at the Great American Bash for the World Tag Team Championships. As we know, against Raven and Saturn, the World Tag Team Champs. That event on the 13th of June. That event live from Baltimore and on pay-per-view, and already they have double-teamed Raven here tonight.
Kill it. You know, I don't get you people at all. How do you really feel, huh? How do you really feel? Nothing. Zero. Alls I know, Bammer, DDP tried to do the right thing. I tried to come out here after putting Hollywood out and apologize. Because deep down in my guts, I knew it was the wrong thing to put Hollywood Hogan out with a knee injury. And I tried. Did I try or what? I tried to apologize. And what do I get in return? Last week, Hogan, you come out here and you knock me out as I come walking through the curtains. Running your mouth, telling everybody how I'm #1 on your hit parade. Well, Hogan, maybe next time we don't put you out with a leg injury. Maybe we put you out permanently. On a lighter side, before you left today, Did you put the trash out, Bammer?
Yeah, brother, I took out the trash.
Yeah, we took out the trash. Which brings us to you, Raven, and you, Saturn. If there's one thing that Houston does not deserve tonight, it's about what I'm about to give you. Because DDP says that me and Bammer don't wait. Shut up when I'm talking. None of these people deserve this at all. But I say, Saturn, Raven, we don't wait for the pay-per-view. I say that tonight, DDP and Bammers blows the roof off this dump. And this is a dump. Tonight, I say we do the title match, the World Tag Team title match, right here. With a little East Coast attitude. Bang!
Well, Raven's already been put into a trash can, so it's very easy to come out here and make a challenge when Raven's already been pounded.
But you know as well as I do, Tony, you can pound on Raven all day, all night long. He likes it. He's dangerous, and he's here.
Well, fans, I'm going to try to sign that one and have a whole lot more when we come back.
Hey, Barry. Hey, Chris. You guys hear what happened?
What happened with
Paige and Bigelow?
Bigelow ate Paige's lunch again.
No, I'm serious. Paige and Bigelow. Well, they beat the heck out of Raven, then they threw him in the trash can.
I told you we should have come straight here.
How am I supposed to know?
Where's Raven at now?
They took him to the hospital. Well,
Hey!
That's not it. They also issued a challenge for tonight for the tag titles on
We
night.
accept.
I can
Name
tell
him.
I can tell the committee?
Yeah, go ahead, you stooge. Yeah, fine.
The one and only DJ Rand, who has a problem with Kurt Hennig not liking the hip-hop, and there's our good man DJ.
Well, if he's got a problem with Kurt Hennig, he can have a problem with Kurt Hennig real quick.
How about what Mike Tenay just said, that Raven's been taken to the hospital, and now that Canyon says that he will team with Saturn to defend the World Tag Team belts later on here tonight, live on Monday Nitro against DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Great, let's do it right now. Let's not wait another minute. I like this.
And
I like the way things happen.
I
They
do
happen
too.
spontaneously.
And what if Tank Abbott, the referee for the cage match tonight, gets in a fight with Rick Steiner before Steiner and Sting ever hook it up in that cage?
Could happen real
The
easy.
baddest of the bad in Ultimate Fighting, Tank Abbott is here tonight. That's right, he will be the referee in the confines of the Dangerous Steel Cage as Sting meets Rick Steiner, the World Television Champion. It's all here tonight, live.
Do you know if Abbott has ever refereed a match before in his life?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then this could be fun. Hey, Kurt, how are you?
Please, but it's the revolving door continues tonight, and Kurt
Next.
Hennig, did you hear what DJ Rand, he said he had a problem with you not liking hip-hop?
Yes, I heard what he said. That's why I'm out here, to tell you the truth. I have had it up to here with this rap. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of crap, and I'm sick of Conan. I'm sick of Rey Mysterio Jr., and I'm the guy who came out here last week and said I can do anything, sing, dance, whatever you want. Am I the all-around cowboy or what?
I would think so, yes.
How about I go sing him a country song, Bobby? How would they like that?
I would say that's a million seller.
You're going to go sing a country song?
Yeah, I think I will go sing a country song.
No.
Where's this DJ Ray? Yeah.
He's right over here somewhere. I know you're going to find him. I'm sure there'll be a microphone.
Go sing something
when
now.
you get over there for you. He's really going to go over there and sing at the DJ Rand position.
I'll tell you, Kurt Hennig has a lot of guts. He does whatever he wants to do.
Now, what's he asking for here? Who's he calling out? Oh, that's Bobby Duncombe Jr. He's called him out. Bobby's come out with the hat for... Well, that's not Garth Brooks, but he looks pretty good in the black hat there, doesn't he?
Kind of has a style about him. I like that look.
And Duncombe and Hennig are walking towards DJ Rand.
That's not Ryan Dale.
Well, you know, DJ just kind of brand new here. This does not look good here.
You do the right thing. You leave. There's two of us here. We're giving you an opportunity to scoot. Kuda, let's go. Move it on over. I want to give you the count of 3 to leave.
Do it.
1.
Please.
2. That's what I thought.
Smart move.
Come on, rednecks. You got a problem with that, DJ, huh? You got a problem with that?
Country and Western against hip-hop here.
Eyes of Texas are upon you. Holy, what is this now? Look. You got a...
Hey!
That's not Waylon and Willie.
You're right again,
That
Brain.
music off. We got something to say to you. Kurt
nothing to
Hennig
say
and
to
Bobby
me.
Dum Dum. Howdy! Howdy, partners. How y'all doing? Hey, yo, let me PhD you two strawberries. Let me tell you what the problem is. You try to flex game when you ain't got none, but you know what? Our problem ain't with you and where you're from, but it's your attitude.
Yeah,
So
you
we
got
can,
a problem with my attitude, then you got a big problem, little man.
well, we can settle this on a
Pumpkin head,
ranch.
I'll slap that smile right off your face. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
Security intervenes here.
Come on. Let's go.
You don't want a piece of me, you're barking up the wrong tree. We'll hurt you, punk. You don't want a piece of me. You want a piece of me?
Let's do
I'll
this.
give you a piece of me. Come on, where do you get off wearing those Astro shirts? Huh? You're all a bunch of losers. Come on. I'll rip you a new
Yo,
one
we'll
right
see
here.
you boys
Let's
later.
go.
Challenge is made, flying, tempers flaring, and we're not done on Monday Nitro. We're coming right
You
back.
want some? Come get some.
Paid for by the following.
New WCW Grip and Flip Wrestlers. Incredible Mega Grip action lets your favorite wrestlers body slam. Plus, each pair comes with a special accessory for extra gripping and flipping.
You'll flip for it. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Fans, we're back. We got some late-breaking news for you to add to all of this tonight. During the commercial break, it has been signed now. Rey Mysterio Jr. Conan to face Bobby Duncum Jr. Kurt Hennig live on this program here tonight, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
That's what I like about Nitro. Things are made on the spur of the moment. Things happen. You can't go away from this kind of action.
Let's take you back to a week ago, right on this program where all this animosity started between Kurt Hennig and Conan. It comes about because of a difference in music. And Conan had heard enough, Bobby Heenan. He came out and took Hennig right out of our broadcast location.
Well, you know, Kurt Hennig's got a right to his opinion. If he doesn't like country and western, that's his business. Conan went overboard.
Well, maybe, just maybe, he had it coming, but that started what escalated here tonight and will come to fruition later on tonight in a tag match here on WCW Monday Nitro. Conan and Ray Jr. against Kurt Hennig and Bobby Duncum Jr. A difference in styles, a difference in cultures, and a difference in musical taste.
And you know something? I managed their fathers.
I know
what they're all about. These are two of the toughest men in the sport today. Put them together, put their mentalities together, give them that desire to win, put something in front of them. They're a tough team to beat.
The new look Man Hammer comes out very briefly. Next Monday, it's Monday Nitro live from Cleveland, Ohio, and the CSU Convocation Center. Tickets available at the box office and Ticketmaster. In 2 weeks, that's Monday, June 14th. At the MCI Center in Washington, it's Monday Nitro in the nation's capital. Tickets at the box office and all Ticketmaster. And on Monday, June 21st, we'll be in the Superdome in New Orleans for Monday Nitro. Tickets to the Superdome box office and all Ticketmaster locations. Information about Chicago, Atlanta in the Georgia Dome, Syracuse, Lafayette, Baltimore, and about a big on sale this Friday coming to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Still to come in this telecast.
You know, Tony, the night before our big Nitro in Cleveland, I may go to the game there with the Indians. I may even throw up the first pitch. I may even back clean up.
Don't take this too far, please. That cleanup.
Okay,
you're going to replace Manny Ramirez in the... Yeah.
Who?
There you go. Evan Courageous. A young, strapping cruiserweight who has a lot of ability and a lot of confidence to go with it against the new-look Van Hammer. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've heard the news by now. Tank Abbott has come back out here. He came out in segment 1. He said he wanted to be the referee when Rick Steiner and Sting met in a steel cage tonight. That has now been completed. Tank Abbott, one of the baddest of the bad of the Ultimate Fighters.
Like you said, the only man that was ever barred, suspended,
and he was their top draw when they threw him out. When they suspended.
Shows you how bad he is. Talk about bad. This man, Van Hammer, here has a change of attitude. I like his new style. I like what he's about. He's courageous. He's a heck of a wrestler. He's got a great physique. He's got a lot of, not really ring savvy yet, but he's going to get it. But he's got that ability in there to protect himself. But with a man like Van Hammer and his new persona, I don't know if courageous is going to last too long.
Hammer, break it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, get up.
Fans want to remind you that you can call the WCW hotline, 1-900-909-9900. And up and running Mike today with his special inside reports and the Ross report on Hour 2 of our good friend Ross Foreman.
The Rochester.
Be sure tonight you call the WCW Wrestling Hotline. It's up and running 24 hours a day with inside information from World Championship Wrestling. Running right over Evan Courageous. There you see the difference, not only the styles, but the size. I mean, Courageous had a head of steam hitting the ropes that time and paid for it as Hammer just shoved him down with a big shoulder block that time.
Courageous kind of has that spree roll look, don't he?
I guess the cornrows, I guess so.
I like that hairdo. I like that.
It looks good on him. I would agree with that.
He don't have enough weight to take him over, though. He does. He does.
It's all balanced. Tell you what,
I was just going to say that.
There you go. Courageous going to try it a second time. Maybe one too many times. We'll find out. Can he get him over? Courageous up. Oh, Hammer that time just dropped to his knees. And that time Courageous right at the bottom of the rib cage across the top rope that time. And now Van Hammer with a chokehold. Those massive hands around the throat of Evan Courageous.
It seems like Hammer woke up. It seems like he's been asleep since 1968.
Well, look at his singlet. It's a lot different than the tie-dye he was wearing about a month ago on these programs. Here's a big pickup from the big man, and he drops him across the knee in a backbreaker from Van Hammer.
And his action in the ring is a lot different.
Brain, you know, we're heading to the Great American Bash where the Macho Man and Kevin Nash will battle for the world title. And one of the most anticipated world titles in a long, long time. That's on the 13th of June, live in Baltimore. Here's a cover 1, 2, and on pay-per-view. But as we head to that tonight, we have 3 of our biggest matches tonight. We have World Tag Team title. Saturn and Canyon will now defend the belt. Ravens in the Hospital was dumped in the trash can earlier tonight against DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow. We also have Hennig and Duncombe against Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr. And then they lower this big steel cage for Sting and Rick Steiner, the World Television Champion.
There's your pretty boy right now.
Tank Abbott is going to be the referee.
Oh, inside of a steel cage with a roof on it. No way in, no way out.
Do you think he is going to be there for law and order? I don't think so.
I don't know anything about the guy. The things I hear is he's bad, he's uncontrollable, he'll do whatever he wants to do. I don't want to miss this, Tony.
Lay him down. Hammer, break the joke. 1, 2, 3.
Shoko, look at this, and a massive beat on the top turnbuckle.
The power of Van Hammer, so strong. Look at Courageous, kicks out of that. Shows you how tough that young man is.
Warning there by Billy Silverman, the referee. Right now, Van Hammer just controlling things here in the ring.
Abdominal stretch made famous by the late and great Wilbur Snyder.
2 colossal tag team matches occur. And we've got for you, ladies and gentlemen, the Cage match.
It's Monday night.
It's Monday night. It's unbelievable. Abbott.
And you know, Tony, we don't know yet what else is going to happen. More stuff could be added. You don't know here.
That's one of the great things about what we got. It was great to see Eddie Guerrero back. Be a little while, I'm sure, before Eddie can get back in the ring, and I'm sure he doesn't want to get back in the ring in an extreme, hardcore situation like he witnessed early on.
That was a horrible car accident he was in.
Yes, it was.
You know, there were 75 people in that car when he crashed.
I I apologize for the brain. Thumping down the head and in the chest now, kicking the rib cage of Evan Courageous. Here's the Irish whip to the other turnbuckle, and Courageous goes down in a heap. Where the summertime months are upon us. Memorial Day 1999. It's good to have you with us on TNT as we are just starting, finishing up the first hour of 3 spectacular hours of live World Championship Wrestling.
Aaron, get down!
The Astrodome.
20,000 on hand. Up top. He's going to try to superplex the... Oh, my God! What a move!
What strength, what power out of that man, Van Hammer.
And once again, a word we used earlier on, what balance that time. Hammer exhibited, putting the man down, covers him, and you got to pull the man up. Could have beat him right here, obviously. It's not what Van Hammer wants.
But Courageous hasn't backed up. He's been fighting him.
And I can understand why Hammer's doing this. He's got not only to try to win, he's got to be very, very impressive on Monday Night Raw.
Oh! On the button.
Fires back with a pair.
Going up to the top of the Astrodome here.
Kicks up and cross body. Can he beat him? 2, no, not yet. 2 count. A lot of reserve left in Hammer. There was just a palm shot to the forehead. Into a Cobra clutch. Hooking, picking him up, and driving the man down.
They don't look good now.
Hooks the far leg. We got a winner. Well, I would say that Evan Courageous was up to the task here, but there was just too much man. A new attitude, Van Hammer.
You made me!
He say, you made me? It's time for our 10-10 to 3-2-1 replay, Brain.
Off that top rope, Van Hammer catches Courageous in that suplex. Now he's got him in that Cobra clutch. He can put him out with this, but he chooses not to. He picks him up and drives him right into that mat and rather go for the 1, 2, 3, and he gets it. Your winner, the new Van Hammer, the Big Hammer.
The replay brought to you by 10-10 3-2-1. Dial it and save 50% on calls. Over 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, not only Tank Abbott as a special referee of the big cage match tonight, but tonight we're going to have the World Tag Team title on the line. That's exactly right, because it's going to be Saturn and Canyon together, defending the belts against Diamond Dallas Page and Bam Bam Bigelow. That's all tonight, live on Monday Nitro.
Something's going to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Astrodome. They are literally hanging from the rafters here on Nitro. And my special guest at this time, listen very closely, in on the ground floor when professional wrestling broke loose back in the mid-1980s. He is still a major player as we enter a brand new millennium. This guy has been able to simultaneously juggle careers as one of WCW's greatest superstars, as a leading man in the movie business, and also as a leading man to his wife and 6 wonderful children. You don't make friends in this business too often, but I consider this man a friend. He is an icon. Ladies and gentlemen, reality check time. Roddy Piper.
Well, you know, for years I've said this man has worn a skirt. And it is a skirt, but it is a kilt. But he is one tough guy.
Well, he wears a kilt because he can.
They wear a kilt because they look good in it.
There's only one Roddy Piper, and well said, Gene Okerlund, on the ground floor when wrestling in the 80s. Rose to prominence and will help lead WCW in to the year 2000 and beyond. He's all yours.
Roddy Piper, the way this crowd received you here tonight in Houston, this is going to be like old home week for you.
Houston, Texas, home of the Rockets. And it's a holiday, too, on top of it. So let's not forget the millions of people that died for us so we can sit here, drink, eat popcorn. God bless America. since we're talking about freedom, and that seems to be our theme, we have a big dispute in the wrestling community between the four horsemen. We have a horseman called Dean Malenko that wants to be free. The same things about Ric Flair, you would believe. Personally, I think the problem is Ric Flair has become a gelding. We're in Texas here. Have you ever seen three stallions follow a gelding? It don't work that way. Dean Malenko, he's tied up in a stall and he's tired of whisking away Ric Flair's excrement. The problem is, I'm not going to say what Dean Malenko said to me. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, and the thousands in attendance, and the millions watching, let's get ready to grumble. Dean Malenko, come on down.
Very interesting, Tony.
It's been a very interesting week in the camp of the Horsemen, I would say.
Wow, can you imagine the meetings they've had, the phone calls, the faxes, what Arn Anderson and Ric Flair have tried to do?
Tony and Bobby, I think I want to really stay clear of this because it could become confrontational. Roddy Piper, do you mind if I hand the microphone back to you? I'll just excuse myself conveniently.
Thank you very much, Mean Gene. You know, Mr. Malenko, I got to tell you one thing first. I think personally you were the greatest cruiserweight champion of all time. I do. He's a great technical wrestler. But with the four horsemen, we all want to know. Everybody wants to know what's going on.
But if I was going to come out of retirement, I was going to come out for one reason. It was to return this group to the prominence it once enjoyed. This is not what we talked about. So I'm telling you, Rick, and I'm telling you, this is a man's sport. It's performed by men. Just because you have a disagreement don't mean you take your ball and go home. This can be patched up.
You know, Arn, you just don't get it. Well, I was sweating every night, night in and night out, because I made a commitment for this. Why, this man right here was being committed. You know, a week ago, Arn, I would have bent over backwards, watched your back in any town, any place, because I had faith in you and believed in you. Arn, that was last week.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean last week?
Looks like your cabinet's kind of falling apart there, Prez. I'll see you in Baltimore.
Will he ever?
Oh, he's going to see him tonight.
Again.
An attack from behind. The two men who have battled at the Great American Bash on the 13th of June in the return of the control of the company are doing a little bit of their own battling here, but it's all Ric Flair.
There's nobody like Ric Flair or Roddy Piper. What a match this is going to be. We got it right now.
Two of the all-time greats. Piper. Oh, my.
He's loose. He's loose again.
And now duking it out. Right-left combinations.
Oh, Spank City.
Into the corner. And Piper hammering away on Ric Flair. Flair on the outside. He comes back in.
That's one thing about Flair. He keeps coming back. What a fight this is going to be. What a fight we're having right now.
Can you imagine what it would be like at the Great American Bash? Flair took a spill.
You hear him? Roddy.
And after he went on the outside, he immediately came back in. Flair daring Piper to jump on the floor. Piper holding his own in the ring.
with Flair and Piper.
Flair finally walks away from all of this carnage. Piper remains solidly in the ring. And the fans begin their chant of Roddy again. Two of the established superstars in pro wrestling. We are joined at the broadcast location unexpectedly out of nowhere. Eric Bischoff has arrived. Eric, welcome to the broadcast position.
Thanks. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to be here.
Boy, what a night to be here, too. I mean, Tank Abbott's going to come out and be the referee in a cage match?
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on here in the WCW, and certainly the fact that Tank Abbott, everybody knows him from the UFC, coming out here to be the referee for the tag match, or excuse me, the cage match with Sting and Rick Steiner. That's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out.
He's a very dangerous guy. I mean, he came out here threatening us. He and Steiner kind of got into it. K-Dog in the ring.
Where my dogs at? Where they at? Yo, let me speak on this. Orale! Arriba la raza! Yo, you know that Strawberry puso the black and white rap, be talking about that for life. But K-Dog, yo sigo siendo un vato loco forever. But more importantly than all that, Houston Tejas is body it. Big ups to Method Man, John Espada. Let them hounds loose.
All right, Bobby, here's a test. What the hell did he say?
He said, welcome to Houston, Texas. I hope the Astros win the pennant.
There you go.
There you go.
Sounds pretty good to us. There's a difference, difference in musical taste and lifestyles. Anything else you want to heap on it, because Curt Hennig and Bobby Duncan Jr., first time ever as a tag team, will come out and face Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr.
Tony, I think what he really said was, bring it on, Hennig. Bring it on, Duncan. We're going to go for it.
Now you got Conan, Rey Mysterio Jr. on the edge of cultural evolution. And here with a couple of redneck throwbacks.
When you hear one, back by popular demand, we're going to do one more country hit for you.
Oh,
We'd
please.
like all of you to join in as we sing The Eyes of Texas.
They get only a couple of bars of that out, and here we go. Snapmare and Conan, the first one to make contact with a seated drop kick, sending Hennig back to the corner.
Conan all over Curt Hennig. You know, despite what a lot of people are saying about Curt Hennig, he's got a little bit of ring rust still on him. He's been back in the ring for a while now, but he doesn't look like the old Curt Hennig to me.
How about that DDT that time, an even flow maneuver that time from Conan, and he and Rey Jr. A lot of combination. And the Bronco Buster by the Cruiserweight Champion.
Well, you talk about being crisp and sharp. I would say Conan and Rey Jr. have it all. They're really sharp tonight.
They send this duo onto the floor. Duncan Jr. and Hennig. Does he have a record?
Disagree.
What was he talking about, his record?
I disagree.
Is that his record in the ring? Because that's the only record that man's got.
I think he's talking about an LP.
Either that or the Robbinsdale Police Department back in Minnesota have got a rap sheet on him. There's no other records that I'm aware of. Rey Mysterio Jr. You know one thing I like about Rey? I mean, he may be smaller than 90% of the guys he's in the ring with, but he has absolutely no fear. None.
And a courage that intensified, really, if you think about it, once the mask was taken off. His career has really taken off since the mask left. Into the ropes he goes. Ooh, the midsection. Hennig drives the fist into the gut of Rey Jr. and goes back to the attack into no man's land here.
See, I don't know why they wear like overalls or coveralls like that. It's very dangerous because your opponent can use it to throw you around. They can grab you with your material. It's just too dangerous.
Big Texan Bobby Duncan Jr. picks him up with ease and drives him into the knee with a shoulder breaker. He's got a good cover on him. The pinning combination but K-Dog makes a save.
Nice teamwork in there with K-Dog and Rey Mysterio Jr. And I tell you what, individually, you know, you watch Konnan, and sometimes you see him, he's a little bit out of sync. You get him in there with Rey, his emotions take over, he gets himself into the match, and I tell you what, he's looking real sharp here tonight with Rey.
Face first, chest first into that top turnbuckle pad as Rey Jr. goes down. The fans, I do understand.
Look at that power of Hennig.
That in the back area that the Macho Man Randy Savage has arrived, and we're going to be hearing from the Macho Man Randy Savage momentarily.
Rey Mysterio Jr. in a little bit of trouble here. One of the things that Rey and Konnan were doing early on in the match is tagging in and out very quickly. That strategy has since left their repertoire a little bit. Rey's been in there a little too long. He's given up too much weight. They need to get Rey out of there, get Konnan back in, and get the momentum back in their corner.
Watch that foot on the outside.
Things don't look real good for Rey right now, does it, Tony?
Not at all, and right now, Hennig feeling very confident.
He's a big, strong, powerful man. There's no doubt about that.
As long as they can ground Rey Jr. And that's exactly what's happening here. Nick Patrick checks in.
Ride him, cowboy. We're in Texas.
Going to get some extra leverage on this Memorial Day in front of 20,000 plus here at the Astrodome.
Oh, nice move by Rey Mysterio Jr. And this guy can create offense out of just about any situation you can put him in. He can find a way to turn it into an offensive move. You've got to like Rey Mysterio Jr. And I'll tell you what, to be able to take the kind of abuse he's taking in there physically from Duncan and Curt Hennig is unbelievable.
Well, he turns it against you just when you think, as an opponent, that you got him down, that he has no more left. That's when he gets you.
He's got to make that tag.
Rey Mysterio Jr. now into the corner. Nice! He knew right where he was. Look at him, Rey.
He's going to make the tag. I think he is.
But he's being held by Hennig. Oh! He makes it!
Yes, he has!
It's a rock! Konnan!
K-Dog is in!
Konnan looking quick! Take a look at Konnan! Konnan is on fire! And it goes back to what I said earlier. You get Konnan in a situation where he's emotionally involved, he becomes very, very dangerous. And right now, he's the most dangerous man in that ring. Just ask Curt Hennig.
Trying for the Tequila Sunrise! That's his move! He's got it on!
He's got it nailed!
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Yes, he did.
Rope and the cowbell. That's cause for the disqualification.
Curt Hennig belonged to Konnan. Had it not been for Duncan, this thing should have and could have been over with.
I don't think there's any question, Eric Bischoff. You're exactly right.
Oh, it's time to hog tie.
He's tying up Konnan.
All right, guys, I'm getting a word from the back. Savage is going to be here with an interview next. I've got to hear what that nut's got to say.
You're right. We had found out he's just arrived. He'll be coming out next, but still in the ring. Tying up Konnan, and now Rey on the other end being put by Curt Hennig.
And this show started with DJ Ranch because Hennig and Duncan don't like rap. I got news for them. They're outnumbered.
They are not with it. It's hip-hop.
Hip-hop is the hottest selling music in the country, according to my friends over at Tommy Boy Records.
Well, we said the Macho Man will be out next, but ladies and gentlemen, coming up later on tonight, it's the gigantic cage match. Sting and the dog-faced gremlin Rick Steiner, the World Television Champ, and Tank Abbott, the bad boy of Ultimate Fighting, will be the special referee. All still to come. Back on WCW Monday Nitro Live, Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and joined by Eric Bischoff. As we mentioned moments ago, the Macho Man had arrived. We're awaiting his arrival to the ring area here in front of this crowd here at the Houston Astrodome. Boy, Savage has been like a man-possessed Eric Bischoff ever since Slamboree.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be very, very interesting because the Macho Man is at a point in his career where he has ratcheted up the intensity. I mean, the guy is just, he's always been a little nuts.
Get ready. I know
But for
something.
some reason, he's crazier than he's ever been since I've known him.
He's got his world title bout.
Macho Man in the house.
That'll be at the Great American Bash on June 13th against Kevin Nash.
Big, huge rumor going around.
Savage looks better
Big
than ever.
Sexy's not gonna wait till June the 13th, Great American Bash. He's tired of the Macho Man making him look stupid and ridiculous by painting his lips red and putting him in a closet where he is, and you know he's there, don't you?
The guy's wearing
Word
glitter
on the
pants and he's
street
talking about Nash
is
being
that
in the
he's
closet.
not waiting for Baltimore. He's coming right now to the Astrodome to fight the Macho Man right here tonight.
You gotta love that.
You're not kidding.
What?
I say that there's not one person in the Dome tonight that believes that Big Sexy can beat the Macho Man. I say
Easy,
that the madness not only rules, but that June the 13th can be tonight if that coward puts up the belt. Oh, yeah.
All right, Medusa has come out and wants Macho's attention here.
Mach, Gorgeous George said that Big Sexy is in the building.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what he has to say now.
Yeah.
Well, then I say it's on and it's hit the fan, and the Macho Man is gonna treat him like the coward and push him back in the closet where he needs to stay. Come on out, Big Sexy. Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. A freebie, if you will. The Macho Man and Kevin Nash.
On top of what all we've got here tonight, we're going to add this one. All right, well.
I love it. I love it. This is a situation where the Macho Man's emotion, his ego, and that intensity may get the best of him. Kevin Nash, it's 2 weeks in a row. He's been embarrassed by the Macho Man. I don't think Nash is going to come out here and settle for it one more time. I think this is going to be a tough night for the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
And I would agree with that, ladies and gentlemen. We have had no official confirmation of that match, but you know how it goes here on WCW Monday Nitro. Anything at any time. We're going to go out back. What's going on here? Our camera's out back.
King. Yo, bro. Yo. You don't look so good, huh?
Another one bites the dust.
Well, you know, he shouldn't be so frisky.
Canyon's down and he's out. He's got to wrestle tonight, too.
Goodbye. Change of plans.
Back on Monday Nitro, the fans, as we all do, still remember Owen Hart, the tragic death of Owen Hart a week ago. Eric, have you talked to Brett and the family and how things going?
Well, I've talked to, obviously I was with Brett the night that it happened, and I haven't really had a chance to talk to him since. We've missed each other, traded phone calls a couple times, but the funeral was today, and more than anything, I think this is a time for the Hart family and all of our thoughts and prayers are with them. It's a very, very difficult time for them.
You look at this great crowd on hand here tonight at the Houston Astrodome as Eric Watts has come out. And the very familiar music of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But Ric Flair is not going to be in the ring this time as a wrestler.
No, I mean, this is a very weird spot right here. I mean, here you got Eric Watts, and those of us who were around here in the early 90s remember when his father was running this company. I still have nightmares to this day about that time. And Eric was getting like the push of a lifetime from his father. And now he's in here against David Flair. And you can say what you want about David. I'm sure he's a nice kid. But in terms of being in line for an opportunity in WCW, I'd say it's a stretch of the imagination that he's here for any other reason than the fact that Ric Flair made sure that he got his push. Some things just never changed in the wrestling industry.
Well, I understand that. Let's be very blunt about it. David Flair's not that good. He's been grossly overmatched in all of his matches.
No, he sucks, actually.
Okay. But he has a winning record thanks to his father. I mean,
yeah, well,
give me the one in the white hat.
I'm sorry, but my 15-year-old son Garrett could have a winning record the way that David Flair's achieved a winning record. I mean, this is there is no question in anybody's mind that David Flair at this point is completely outgunned. But he does have Rick and Arn and
go ahead.
Well,
we're all looking at her too.
Here we go. The patented Flair chop. And look at Eric Watts. Eric Watts is just looking at this thing like, what am I doing here?
Eric Watts looking pretty good.
Now, at least Eric Watts knows how the rest of WCW felt back in the early 90s.
Well, David Flair takes a nosedive out to his father, to Asia, and of course to Ori out there. And we'll try to regroup here. So it's been all Eric Watts. We've seen this time and time again, but David goes back in. I think you can deny his wanting to get in the ring. The kid is just not ready to be on Nitro.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole arena full of people here that would like to be in the ring, but some of them should be, and some of them shouldn't be, and David Flair falls into the latter category.
Ric Flair nodding in approval as David ducked through the ropes that time.
I still like the one in the white hat.
Well, we all do, Brain. I think we would all agree with that.
Tori's hot. There's no question about that. You can't take that away from Tori. And Asia's big. You can't take that away from Asia. Not that I would even try.
No. Wouldn't be worth it.
And now you're getting a look at the competitiveness of David Flair. David is just fighting off way more than he could chew. I mean, the guy needs to spend a year or two down at the power plant, get his act together, get himself in shape. And I'm sure he's got all the potential in the world of at some point becoming a player. But it's not now, it's not here.
But Eric, you will agree his father is the president.
Well, I may not agree with that, to be honest with you. That's up for debate at this point.
He didn't agree with that back at Slamboree, if you'll recall, Brain.
I know, but you have to go with the Nature Boy. He's been there. He's done
been there forever. Is where he's been.
Wow. Well, he held on. I mean, that was a good move that time. I had to go try and figure four. Slowly puts it on. And he paid for it that time.
Nosedive City.
Boy, oh boy. That's
ouch. Ouch. Right now, David Flair's wishing his dad would have been a professional golfer. Tennis, anything.
Or a doorman.
Arn Anderson in to help David Flair up, and Eric Watts wasting no time trying to bring David Flair back in the ring with a vertical suplex.
What really surprised me here is that Eric Watts is taking his time with David Flair. He's out there having fun. Eric Watts could have ended this thing quite a while ago had he chosen to. Eric wants to punish this guy.
I think Eric is thinking about maybe what you were talking about early. He wants to prove something to the world, and there's no better stage than WCW Monday Nitro to prove it. And he pulls him up again.
That's the second time in the last 2 minutes that Eric Watts could have wrapped this thing up. And the one thing that Eric has got to be careful of, he's still got Arn Anderson and Ric Flair outside of the ring. He gets too cocky, too arrogant, forgets about Rick and Arn outside of the ring, and it could be Eric Watts in the worst trouble tonight.
It could all be over for Eric Watts.
Jawing with Nature Boy Ric Flair in the ringside area. You can see he's grabbing the hair again. He pulls him up one more time.
He's going to pull him up.
Watts is not wrestling smart here. He should get in this thing, get out of this thing, get it over with.
You're right. You don't get paid by the hour.
The longer this goes, the more likely it is that Eric Watts is going to look bad.
The big pump handle into a slam that time. And that's all. That's got to be it. But no, he doesn't try a press. But Flair's got the attention of the referee as Arn Anderson comes in, nails Watts from behind, sends him in, and a spinebuster.
Serious bad blood between Arn Anderson and Eric Watts.
Boy, oh boy.
Anytime Flair's out there, Arn's out there, you're in trouble.
Another big win for David Flair.
An undeserving win. I mean, the man was just overmatched completely from the opening bell. But thanks to Arn, thanks to Ric Flair, he again scoots for the win. It's the only term I know to use, scoots away with a win here.
Asia's twice as big as David Flair.
It's twice as big as many people.
So's Connecticut. Rhode Island.
And there's Dory.
Look at this guy. Wow. David Flair actually thinks he won this match.
He did.
Technically.
He did.
All right, the Macho Man and Kevin Nash. You gotta love it.
Oh, yeah. That's still coming as well as fans. The World Tag Team title. What condition is Canyon in? Can he wrestle? And if not, will Saturn have to face both men by himself? Saturn and Canyon against DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow coming up.
I'm an American.
I'm an American. This is America.
I bleed red, white, and blue.
We're American.
I'm proud to be an American.
I'm an American.
I'm a great American.
Castrol GTX presents WCW Great American Bash. Sunday, June 13th, live on Direct Ticket.
The Great American Bash brought to you by Castrol GTX will pit the Macho Man Randy Savage and the world champion Kevin Nash for the World Heavyweight title. I'm going to take you back now to a week ago. We saw this earlier in our recap from a week, but let's show the footage one more time, Eric. The ultimate humiliation. Savage attacks Kevin Nash, and then with the lipstick, humiliates the big man once again. And I don't know what this is all about, but he got his title match by these antics.
Yes, he did. And I'll tell you what, I've known Kevin Nash for a while now, and Kevin's not the kind of guy that's just going to sit back and let this kind of thing happen. These two hook up here tonight. I guarantee you, Randy Savage is going to have a very, very tough night on his hands because Kevin Nash, he doesn't forget.
Well, you heard it earlier. The Macho Man said that Kevin Nash was informed by Medusa that Kevin Nash has arrived. And the Macho Man says he and Kevin Nash will hook it up tonight. Live on WCW Monday Nitro. We'll be back on TNT.
Rick, here's the deal. Supposedly you're the president of WCW, correct?
Supposedly.
Well, I mean, you are the man.
Supposedly again. Yeah, thank you. The man.
You the man?
Yeah, I'm the man.
Well, if you're the man that you say you are, I want a match with Macho Randy Savage. And I want tonight on Nitro. A lot of people may think I'm crazy for that last week. The three girls out there, he jumped me from the back. But I'm telling you right now, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Macho Man. I want him tonight. So show me you're the man and give me the match.
Don't ever be afraid of being called crazy. I'm crazy. He tells me I'm crazy. But I'm the boss. I'm the president. You got a new Rolex watch?
Yes, I do.
New house in Marietta, Georgia?
Yes, I do.
Big joint, right?
Big place.
Good looking broads all over the place.
Two big B's up there.
Everything you want, right?
Yeah, everything.
But let me tell you, you got everything but that match. You know why?
Why?
Because you're not in Savage's league.
I'm not in his league?
He and I have been watching the show. You've been getting...
So you're saying I'm not in his league?
You're not in his league.
You give me the chance.
I would give you the chance, but you're not in his league. I'm doing you a favor.
So you're doing me a favor. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah. I'm doing myself and the company. This is the biggest wrestling production in the world. I send you out there, you get murdered, I look bad. No Savage. But.
Give him the backup.
Now?
Plan B.
Plan B? Plan B is this. Bobby Eaton, one of the greatest
Who?
stars of our era. Bobby Eaton.
Listen, I'll agree with you. Bobby Eaton's one of the greatest stars, but hold on a second, okay? He's not buff, and he's not the stuff. And not only that, does he even work here anymore?
He's your opponent tonight. He more than works.
He's not?
He's your
I
opponent
see.
tonight. Yeah, it's going to be Buff, the stuff Bagwell against beautiful Bobby Eaton tonight.
You know what I'm seeing happen here?
Nitro. Marquee match.
Yeah, marquee.
Your opportunity to
Bobby
prove
Eaton.
that you're almost ready to get in that next league.
You know what's going on here?
What?
You taking care of all your little buddies, ain't you? You got Double A over there you're taking care of.
I take care of myself, pal.
Thank you.
You take care of your little wrestling referee, buddy.
If I let him sit where I'm sitting and you tell me that I'm taking care of him, you might not make it out of this room.
I'll agree with you on that. Double A is the enforcer, and you're Ric Flair. But Bobby Eaton does not go against Buff Bagwell. If he does tonight, I'll show you once again that I'm buff and I'm the stuff, and Bobby's gonna get hurt. Is that what you want?
Yeah, I want to see it. The match is. No,
You got it.
Come on.
No.
Buff. Come on, Buff.
You got it.
Don't worry about it.
You got it.
Bobby Eaton.
Bobby's got him nervous.
We're back we're joined by Eric Bischoff. Eric, coming out of Slamboree, you mentioned to the world that you had made a lot of mistakes. Obviously, we don't have to chronicle all the mistakes. We know all about it. Bobby and I up here thought that we shouldn't trust you, but when Eddie Guerrero came out at the beginning of the program and said that during his injuries, when he was down, that you took care of Eddie and his family, I think we go back to what you said. Let my actions speak for themselves, and that says a lot, I think.
Well, first of all, Eddie Guerrero is a great guy. He comes from, a wrestling family, and, I did what I thought was right for Eddie Guerrero, and that really had nothing to do with what I was talking about at Slamboree. What I was talking about at Slamboree is I've certainly had time to reflect on where WCW is now, where we've been over the last 2 or 3 years. Clearly, we're not in the position now that we've enjoyed for the last couple of years. And when I look in the mirror, I realize that a lot of that is my fault. I've made decisions regarding talent that, I don't want to go into any details right now, but quite frankly, if I had to make those decisions again, I would make different decisions. WCW is a great company. Turner's a great company. There's a lot of people here that are working real hard to make WCW #1 again. And all I can say is I'm going to learn from my mistakes and correct the things that need to be corrected. Have as much influence as I can. And, where we end up is, it's going to be interesting. Time will tell.
Well, there's no question that the effort that we put forth here on Monday Nitro and the effort that you have put forth. We talked about your history with WCW last week on this program.
Well, one of the things I want to point out, when you look at WCW, you're looking at the biggest stars in the history of this industry. And you're looking at a very, very successful television program. I mean, hats off to the guys in New York that are out there selling our ad sales. Ad sales are up 8%. We got to love that.
Oh, yeah.
And, business is good in a lot of different ways. But the one thing you've got to remember is in this company, the best talent anywhere in the world under one roof.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's what I'm most proud of.
At this time, the Cat would like to be recognized here in Houston and throughout the world as the greatest of all time.
That's a big chunk. He's biting up a big chunk there.
And the Godfather of Soul.
Oh, that's a bigger chunk.
Yeah, I saw him dance last week. That's really a bigger chunk. Sonny Ono, you talk about an opportunist. I've known Sonny since about 1976. And believe me, nobody knows better than I do that this guy's an opportunist.
Like myself. But I love you people too, because I can see that you love me.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here tonight so I can show you people just how great I am. But if you people can do me one favor, if you can shut up and sit your asses down, I got something to say.
And we wait with bated breath.
I'm here this time for one reason only, to whoop somebody. Sit down, you're not a real cowboy. Sit down. You're too short to be a cowboy. Your hat too big for your big head.
That is a big hat the fella's got on over there.
Now he's from Dallas.
If you can shut up and listen to what I got to say, I need to get somebody out here because I got to whoop somebody.
He's not going to get out of Houston in one piece tonight.
You can boo me all you want to, but can't nobody out there beat me.
I love a guy with confidence.
Yeah. You got to give him that. I mean, he believes in himself.
I'm sick and tired of Scott Norton running in on my matches
and beating him up repeatedly.
All right, well, you have certainly endeared yourself to the crowd here, Cat.
So I see you people want me to whoop somebody right now. Get Yogi Bear out of here. I want Scott Norton.
Oh, my goodness.
I want to whoop Scott Norton right now.
Another chunk.
Is he kidding me? Does he really want this man to come out here again?
That's like blindfolding yourself and crossing the interstate. You don't want Norton out here.
Look at the power walking Norton's doing to the ring.
I'm telling you, in my opinion, I could take this guy. This is the toughest guy in the business right now.
I don't know. I think the Cat is standing a better chance of dodging traffic on the highway. This is not a good thing.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
It's Norton.
He took 3 blows, that time to the trapezius, and then with a headbutt, sends him all the way across the ring. Huh. Just too much, man.
Well, Norton is certainly not going to be intimidated. Trash talk doesn't register high on the Norton scale. These guys are brutal. They love seeing Norton in this spot. They get him stirred up.
Hey, I think there's no question they're the ones that kind of egged Norton on. They want Norton to come out, and even a couple of times, obviously, the Cat was not talking about Norton, and they brought him out anyway.
I'll tell you what, it's really easy to get Norton stirred up. Now, I grew up in Minneapolis when Scott was hanging out at a place called Grandma B's down in the river, and he was a bouncer there. And we all used to go down to the bar and hang out. We didn't give a damn about the band, but we'd hang out there all night just to watch Scott Norton beat the hell out of people. It's not hard to get him, agitated at all.
But hold on a second.
He's got it. Look at this.
He hit him with a crowbar.
Nailed him. Look at.
Get up, man.
Ooh, ouch.
He got a crowbar and walked on him with it.
NWO locker room.
I know he's gonna be mad when he gets back.
I'm out of here, man. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, stay here. Wait for him, Mason. Hey,
Smell my stuff.
Oh, there's gonna be trouble now.
No, there's not, because they're not going to be there. They're going out of town. So this is why the Cat wanted Scott Norton. He knocked him out with a crowbar. And everybody else in the black and white, they're gone.
That's the only way to do it.
And we're coming back.
Yeah.
Back joined by Eric Bischoff and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Still to come, World Tag Team title. Saturday may have to wrestle both DDP and Bigelow by himself. The Macho Man Randy Savage says he and Kevin Nash will go at it one-on-one tonight. And then in the steel cage, Eric Bischoff, Tank Abbott, one of the most fierce street fighters of all time. Right of Ultimate Fighting will be the special referee.
I had a chance to meet Tank Abbott back in, I think it was 1994 in July when we did Bash at the Beach. I sat next to Tank, and he was kind of interested in getting into wrestling at that time, but the guy was nuts. Now, he went through a period of competing in UFC, built a name for himself, but he was a nut in UFC. He was a nut among nuts, in my opinion. And for whatever reason now, he wants to step inside of the ring and be a referee inside of a steel cage. I think the situation, I think the match is going to be more than just a little bit interesting, because I don't think Tank Abbott is playing with a full deck. I think that's a safe bet.
I think it was all prompted Bobby the Brain, the unkind things he said Thursday on Thunder about pro wrestlers, and then Rick Steiner came out and nailed him right in the head about it. I think that's prompted, if nothing else, Abbott to get in the ring tonight as special referee.
Some new respect. But like Eric says, he doesn't know if he's ready to referee a match like this. That's what I want to see. You can't come off the street. You can be a fighter. You can be a tough guy. But that ring is a different story.
Well, the other thing, Bobby, Tank Abbott has no idea what Rick Steiner is all about. People in the industry, guys in the locker room, they know Rick Steiner. Tank Abbott doesn't have a clue.
Abbott and Costello. Stay tuned.
Yeah, right. Well, we know what Rick Steiner's all about. All of us who've been around Rick Steiner for many, many years. And Steiner and Sting, the steel cage. Tank Abbott, the special referee. That is still to come tonight here on Monday Nitro. And we're waiting now.
One of the things that I've noticed, I've been away from the announce booth for a long time. I was never out here really when the Nitro Girls would come out during the commercial break. And this is just for the people that are watching at home. When you come to Nitro, during the commercial break, the Nitro Girls come out here and they perform the DJ Ran and his music. And I'll tell you what, that's a pretty hot little segment, man. The commercial breaks are a lot of fun when you come to Nitro Live, let me tell you. I love when the Nitro Girls happen.
Commercials are more fun than the matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Macho Man Randy Savage. Coming out. Now where are you waiting? He is ready to fire it up. He came out early, and he said, I want Kevin Nash. Oh, here we go.
Well, like I said, Kevin Nash has been on the receiving end of the Macho Man Randy Savage's crap for a couple of weeks now. I think this is going to be Kevin Nash's night.
Such an explosive personality, and Savage, who we have seen time and time again just destroy people. The Disco Inferno, Buff Bagwell, everyone in his path. He got the title shot in a very unusual turn of events where the champion asked for the match.
The next World Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man, is in
opponent.
The world heavyweight champion. The man who won the belt. And Eric, you were right in the middle of that at Slamboree, making, I dare say, the right call. Actually, Nick Patrick made the call, but you were right in the midst of that. And
that's not.
And hold the call. You're right. That's not Kevin Nash. That guy just going to Kevin Nash's armpit.
Big Sexy in the closet, coming out of the closet. Ooh, yeah, like it.
This is classic.
Horrible job with her makeup. What do you think?
Well, the fans, they're stunned. They're still standing, but they're stunned.
Nah, they're hot. This is not, you know.
This is
stupid.
This is all a savage charade. And you know as well as I do, if Kevin Nash was really in the house, he wouldn't stand for something like this. So there's a minuscule, and I mean minuscule, made-up version of Nash, right?
This is the Fredericks of Hollywood version of Kevin Nash. He's got pumps on.
And a sequin skirt.
No, I don't think those are called pumps. Those are called half flats. I'm not really sure. I don't know what the hell they're called. They're ugly.
So
this is ridiculous.
So Billy Silverman's really going to ring the bell here? And just...
Oh, we're going to have a match here?
Once again, just like rubbing the lipstick on the face of Kevin Nash, like he has done twice, another notch hammered towards Kevin Nash by the Macho Man Randy Savage here. Unbelievable.
Only Savage.
Look at this. We won now. Listen to him.
Well, evidently the Macho Man Randy Savage has taken to surrounding himself with women and transvestites.
Oh. Some very lethal women, we might add. Medusa picks up this bogus, not even a good imitation of Kevin Nash, and now Miss Madness will show us a thing or two on Thursday.
Please don't show us anymore.
Oh! Wow! Hey, that was pretty good. That was very agile. That lady up in that sequin dress with that Frankensteiner.
I think we know why she's the Madness now.
I guess so.
She's really a guy. That's the deal.
Well,
she's really a guy.
You might have something there.
She's not.
No, I think that's pretty honest. Gorgeous George.
The Macho Man Randy Savage adding insult to insult.
Oh, there's that move. Remember what we heard Ric Flair say, that he was going to ban that top rope elbow from the Macho Man. So Gorgeous George puts it on. This bogus imitation.
Hey, look at this. Kevin Nash's own finish. Oh no, now he's going into a body slam. He's gonna set him up first. Okay, the transvestite goes down. I wonder where Randy found him. I wonder how close of friends they really are.
I would hate to find out. He's up on top. Here's the outlawed move.
This don't work good.
According to Ric Flair.
Here we go.
One, two, three.
All right. This imitation's toast.
Ooh, yeah.
Here come the girls.
That's as close to beating Kevin Nash as the Macho Man Randy Savage is going to get.
Well, now that he's got, I'm sure, the anger of Kevin Nash at an all-time high, these ladies strip this imitation, the sequin skirt off of him, and then pose with their trophy, right? Is that what this is all about?
I'm telling you, Miss Madness is a guy.
Kevin Nash will have his day on
And
June
this
13th.
invitation, Kevin Nash, I think he's a girl.
And now 6 of the most beautiful girls ever on cable TV.
Nitro babes.
That's right. Let's bring them in, the Nitro girls.
I like the one in the pink.
Yeah, so do I. We get a great view of the Nitro girls here at ringside, don't we?
I like the one with the long hair.
Okay, uh-oh. Crowd likes them all, I think.
How about an instant replay of that routine there?
I don't know about you, but I'm glad there's a cold shower in my dressing room.
Storm and Spice in the foreground. There's Kimberly, Jay, Fire.
Where do they get those names, by the way?
I don't know. Tigress there as well.
Tigress and Fire and Jade and Spice and
we go from beauty
Lions
to
and Tigers and Bears. Oh my!
From beauty to brutality. Let's take a look at what happened to Buff Bagwell last week on Thunder at the hands of Randy Savage. Touched on this earlier.
I'll tell you what, this is out of control because, you know, a lot of people know what happened to Buff Bagwell a little over a year ago. The man suffered a broken neck. He came within a centimeter of perhaps never wrestling again or worse. And the Macho Man Randy Savage is doing nothing but taking advantage of that. This is what makes us all believe he's totally out of control.
And Randy Savage proved it again here tonight with that bogus imitation of Kevin Nash, the display that was put on just moments ago.
Well, Savage has always been out of control. When he's out of control, he's the most dangerous, and you know that, Tony.
All right, very briefly, before this match gets underway, as Bobby Eaton comes out. The fun that is Monday Nitro. We talked about the Nitro girls, DJ Red, the great match. Monday, June 28th in Chicago, the United Center. Tickets in Chicago, the box office, and Ticketmaster. And don't forget, 4th of July weekend's going to be a bang, and on Monday, July 5th, back at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Monday Nitro. Tickets at all Ticketmaster locations on the internet at www.ticketmaster.com. For our fans in Syracuse, it's going to be Thunder on Thursday, June 10th at the On Center. Tickets to the box office and all Ticketmaster outlets. And Thunder at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana on Thursday, June 24th. Tickets to the Cajun Dome box office and all Ticketmaster locales.
Yeah, by the way, I want to say hi to Mancow in Chicago. We wanted to get hooked up last week and do a quick interview, but unfortunately our schedules didn't hook up. But I think this Tuesday morning, we're going to be on Mancow in the morning. And always good. You got it, Mancow.
Well, you got hooked up with Larry King recently on CNN, and
yeah, that was interesting.
That was it. I noticed our one-time friend, I guess I can say,
our former broadcast partner, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, he got involved in that conversation.
Well, you know, Jesse. I mean, I think Jesse Ventura is a joke. I think eventually people will see through Jesse Ventura. He talks through, out of both sides of his mouth. And he's a good politician. I mean, he's a perfect politician. He'll say whatever happens against him the most press at any opportunity. And as long as he's got something to pitch or something that will benefit Jesse, he'll be out there talking to anybody that'll listen. So he's in a good spot. You know, here's a guy that made a bigger career talking about the fact that he used to be a wrestler than he ever made as a wrestler. I mean, by today's standards, he'd be lucky to be a mid-card player, but according to Jesse, he was the greatest thing that ever happened to the wrestling industry. So, in the minds of the media, he's an expert.
Well, there's Buff the Stuff right there. No doubt about this man.
Buff Bagwell, we saw what he did to Ric Flair, and Flair, you know, Buff, after he took the beating at the hands of Savage, Eric wanted to get back in the ring against Savage, and Flair would have none of it, and Flair's, once again, looking out for his friends here.
Well, you heard the frustration in Bagwell's voice backstage, and you heard him accuse Ric Flair just watching out for his buddies. Everybody knows Bobby Eaton, a very close, long-time friend of Arn Anderson and Ric Flair. Bobby's not a bad guy. Bobby's a great guy. He's just out there trying to make a buck. But the fact is, Buff Bagwell wanted a shot at the Macho Man Randy Savage. Quite frankly, he deserves that opportunity. But there's no way that Ric Flair was going to let that happen.
The mentality of the Macho Man, going into the Great American Bash on the 13th of June, it would be best, I would think, and I know Bagwell is a great fighter and he has a lot of courage. It would be best to leave this man alone. He'll do anything right now.
Well, and it worked for him. He was able to enlist the help of Ric Flair to make sure that he didn't have to deal with Buff Bagwell. Now, the Macho Man, I mean, he's playing head games with Kevin Nash. I really thought, you know, I got suckered into it like everybody else. I thought Kevin Nash was going to come out here tonight and face Savage. But I'll stand by what I said earlier. You know, Kevin Nash is not the kind of guy that's just going to sit back and let this stuff happen. He's not going to. Kevin Nash grew up in Detroit. He's a street kind of guy. He's not going to let this slide.
And he is the heavyweight champion of the world. Will go into the Great American Bash against Randy Savage. Good move by Bagwell. Left his feet that time, great cross body from a standing position, and then with a lariat sends Bobby Eaton down.
I'll tell you what, Buff Bagwell is looking great. He's in better shape. He's lost a little bit of weight. In my opinion, I think he's probably dropped 10, 15 pounds, but he looks like he's in better shape. He's faster. He looks stronger. His midsection, he's cut up. He's not carrying any body fat whatsoever. He looks like he's in great shape.
Anybody who knows Buff Bagwell like we do, and I've known him for many years, knows that his workout regimen is one of the best in this sport. He works out every day of the week. And there you see the result of hard work and determination.
But he also has to have his mind into it. Your mind has to be set.
Sure it does.
You have to know where you're going, where you've been, and what you have to do.
And I'll tell you what, I don't want to take anything away from Bobby Eaton here, because Bobby Eaton's been around the ring for a long, long time. He's a great wrestler. In fact, you talk to some of the guys backstage, they'll tell you that Bobby Eaton practically is one of the best wrestlers they've had to face in a long, long time. He's never been able to break out of that mid-card kind of a status, but Bobby Eaton is a great talent. The problem that Buff Bagwell's having right now is it's hard to get up for a match like this. This is not the match that he wanted. We saw what happened. You know, you look at Conan. We've watched Conan for the last couple of months. Sometimes he's into the match, sometimes he's not. When he's hot, when he's focused, when he's emotional, he's incredibly dangerous. And that's just the situation that Bagwell's in right now. He's got to get up for Bobby Eaton. If he doesn't, Eaton can beat him.
No doubt about that. Eaton can beat anybody, any night, any day, any time.
As technically as sound of wrestlers you'll find in the sport, Bobby Eaton is. There's a drop kick from behind. As a matter of fact, the brand new video game coming out from EA Sports, WCW Mayhem in August, Bobby Eaton was one of the technical advisors on that video game because he knows all the moves and knows how to execute each and every one. He is up to his feet as Bobby Eaton, but Buff Bagwell right now with the blockbuster.
Nice move.
He's got him, I think.
I think you're right, 2 and 3.
Nobody gets out of that.
And the crowd really responding to Buff Bagwell here. They like what he brings to the ring. They like his work ethic. I mean, he's obnoxious as hell, but sometimes you just, I mean, he's the kind of guy you want to hang around at the bar. He's the kind of guy you want to go out and party with. Because he's entertaining. The people here know it.
He's a great athlete is what he is, and he believes in himself. And hey, he knows it, the fans know it. He's a top star, Buff Bagwell. But ladies and gentlemen, we're at the tip of the old iceberg here on 3 hours of Monday Nitro. Coming up next, the World Tag Title. DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow, the challengers. Saturn and Canyon are the champions tonight. The last time we saw Canyon, though, he was down on the concrete. This happened at the beginning of the program as Raven was coming into the Astrodome, and he was brutally attacked on the concrete, but they went even further, putting the man in the trash can. And then he was taken on to the hospital. And you know it takes a pretty brutal beating to put Raven in the hospital.
You can beat on him all day long. He likes it, but this is a heck of a beating he took. Get a shot of this. Bam Bam going after him in the dumpster.
I don't think there's any question that Bigelow and Page have quickly become two of the most feared men, one of the most feared tag teams in our sport. I mean, they trust each other. They're for the Jersey Shore.
And they both spend more time around dumpsters than anybody else I know.
And that's probably right. Well, then from there, Saturn said, I'll take them both on myself. Canyon said, no, I'll be there to help you out. And then we saw Canyon down and out on the concrete. So here we go with the World Tag Team title up for grabs.
You know, when you were asking me about the mistakes I've made?
Yeah.
Let me sum it up in 3 words. Diamond Dallas Page.
Wow. Pretty heavy there, Eric. Well, there's no Canyon. Now, we have been informed that, okay, I'm getting the word right now, Kanyon has received medical attention as well in a nearby medical facility, a hospital very close here.
So what's this lunatic doing in here by himself?
I think you said it right, lunatic.
He's going to tell you.
Page, Bigelow, you sent Raven to the hospital. You sent Kanyon to the hospital. You think you psyched me out? No, all you've done is make me mad. I guarantee you're not gonna beat me. Let's do this 2-on-1.
He's never been short on courage.
No.
I can tell you that. You call him a lunatic. He certainly is, but Perry Saturn has the belt, a belt in each hand, and he, by himself, will defend the World Tag Team belts here tonight against these two men from the Jersey Shore.
He doesn't care. He's one tough customer. You bring out 2 guys, 3 guys, he'll fight them all.
Very interesting comments. Eric, you want to further what you said? You can sum up your mistakes in 3 letters?
No, I just think that Diamond Dallas Page is a perfect example. Believe me, I've made more than one. I think the world knows that. But Diamond Dallas Page is certainly one that I won't forget.
I know a lot of that stems from the injury to your close friend Hollywood Hogan. You were there through the surgery and everything, and I thought he looked good last week. And you know, to come and do what he did, to risk that knee, I mean, just a few weeks after the surgery.
Now, people can say whatever they want about Hollywood Hogan. There's one thing that I'll tell you.
Saturn.
You know, mistakes aside.
So you're gonna wrestle
Let's hear what this
me
moron
and
has to
Bigelow
say
for the
first.
straps. I want to get this right. Even though Raven ain't here and Kanyon ain't here, right? You are stupider than you look.
No, that's more stupid. But then again, that's Diamond Dallas Page.
Now, what you were saying
I
about
was going to say
Hollywood?
about Hollywood. You know, people can say whatever they want about Hollywood, but there is nobody that has more passion for this industry and this business and is more concerned about the state of this business than Hollywood Hogan. Whether or not Hollywood decides to return to the ring, whether or not he really will, that remains to be seen. Time will tell whether or not that happens. But whether he does or not, I can tell you, if he never steps foot inside of the ring again, I can tell you that the man honestly and truly cares about this industry.
Well, I think you can see it, and you've always been able to tell it. And I first met the man back in 1989, and spent a year with him, and obviously the respect. He is the biggest star in our sport.
And he's had some time to reflect too. And you know, he'll be the first one to tell you he's made mistakes.
Sure.
I mean, he realizes now, you know, the mistakes that he's made. So, you know, I look forward to seeing Hollywood Hogan back in WCW in action again. And like I said, only time will tell whether he does or not, or whether he will or not. Bam Bam Bigelow, on the other hand, definitely here, and Perry Saturn knows it.
It's one of our feature bouts. Do not forget that we are going to have Tank Abbott.
Tank Abbott, how many people here would have bet they'd see Tank Abbott in the ring on Nitro?
In a cage, as a referee on Nitro.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That is still to come. They lower the cage, but right now, Saturn, the courage, that's what he's all about.
I don't know, something tells me you get Tank Abbott in a ring surrounded by a cage. I don't know. I don't think 3 counts are going to be on his mind. Do you?
No,
especially after what happened between him and Steiner.
On the money.
Perry Saturn looking great, and Perry Saturn handling the big man.
Is he ever?
Now using his speed and agility. Saturn, I like it.
As much as anyone in our sport, he works on momentum, and he's got the momentum on his side right now.
Belly to belly. And the big man over the top rope.
All the way to the floor, both of them on the floor.
Perry Saturn has turned it on.
He has cleaned house.
And the crowd reacting. They're not buying Page's crap one bit. They like what they see in Perry Saturn.
We got to take a commercial break. The tape machines are rolling. Come on back with us. We're back and we're live, and this match is taking a nasty turn on the outside. But Perry Saturn refuses to fold. Look at this. Sending now DDP on the inside, finally getting the match back in the ring, and that's where he needs to keep it.
He's taken them both outside. He's wailed them both. He's knocked them from pillar to post. He's been on the floor with them. Look at this action.
Look at this athlete. Look at these athletes.
Oh!
He wipes out Bigelow. turned his attention the wrong way, and he got whacked as well.
You can't turn your back on DDP. He's one bad customer, and so is Bam Bam.
Continues to stomp away here. Diamond Dallas, this is Fans for the World Tag Team Championship, and you're right. If you're looking in the corner saying, where's Raven? He was taken to the hospital earlier at the hands of Bigelow and Cage, and then Canyon agreed to step in. He was taken to the hospital. So here comes Saturn, one of the champs, agreeing to defend the belt by himself.
So this is where Cage gets in trouble. He lets the crowd dictate everything that he does. This guy has got to get over himself and learn how to ignore the crowd. He couldn't do it when he was a world heavyweight champion, and he can't do it now.
A cover of two, no sir. And that time,
you know, Diamond Dallas Page is the only guy that I know that would call ahead to a dance club, tell everybody at the club, tell all the management that he was coming, just so when he walked through the door, whoever was on the microphone, whoever the DJ was, would point him out so that he could sit in the back and sign autographs. This is a guy whose ego will consume him, and it's gonna cost him dearly at some point. Maybe not tonight, but at some point it will.
Well, ego or not, you got to agree that he and Bigelow are a pretty lethal duo together. They seem to very, very confident in their abilities. They work quite well as a team, Brain.
They seem to talk the same language. They're from the same part of the country.
Yeah, and only they can understand each other.
Right. But that's the way they are. They're both tough street people. And they do understand each other. Remember this, Diamond's never asked a favor out of anybody.
Right now it's all, excuse me? I used to live next door to him. Don't tell me he's never asked a favor of anybody.
Well, not that we've seen
the guy
in
used
the
to
ring.
camp out on my driveway for crying out loud.
Well, there's two different DDPs, one that we know in the ring and the first one that Gary Bischoff knows here.
Well, you should have moved.
I did. Fortunately, he did. I didn't have to.
Into the midsection. He's going to put him up.
He's got him.
For a power bomb.
Big time.
No, Sam.
No.
Saturn, and look at the face of Diamond Dallas Page.
Wow.
That's how close it was, says Johnny Bone, but the shoulder did get up. Cover, no!
You know, I'll tell you what, I like Perry Saturn. I've always liked Perry since the first time I met him. But, you know, this was a mistake on Saturn's part. There's times you got to pick your shots, and this was not the night. This is not the situation.
Well, as you can see, Page certainly is being very, very deliberate here, turning a lot of his attention to the fans, to the cameras, posturing a lot, but in the meantime, connecting on those right hands.
Well, Saturn's a tough customer, but is he tough enough for these two? I don't know. I don't think so. He's had a lot of tough matches, but these two men are just brutal.
We could be a diamond cutter or greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey away from the changing of the guard in the World Tag Team title scene here.
Welcome to the Garden State.
Look at this. Bigelow, a man involved in many of those hardcore extreme matches that we've had that have been nothing but lethal here on Nitro and our pay-per-views.
And well over 300 pounds.
Yes, he is.
You know, never
a monster of a man.
When you watch him move, you know, it's so easy to forget just how big he is because he moves like a guy that's half his size.
He's fluid.
He is so
His
fast.
movements are fluid.
You're absolutely right. He makes it look so easy. Unless you're in the ring with him.
And Diamond Dallas hits you like a 300-pounder.
Yeah,
it's a great team. I'll tell you, it's a great team.
Page is perched to the top turnbuckle pad.
Oh!
After being held, Saturn goes down from a lariat from the top. Count from Johnny Bone. No, sir.
He got him.
No, he did not.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
No way.
Page screaming.
They're going to have to knock him out. The only way they're going to pin Saturn is to knock him out. There's no way, as long as this guy's conscious, they're going to be able to pin him.
It's too strong to keep down. You're right. Look at the upper body on Saturn, and now kind of a neck vice, head vice here. The fans are rallying behind Saturn.
And he's feeding on the fans.
Yep, and he's doing that, and of course, it's getting under the skin of DDP. Hitting the ropes. Oh, boy. To the knee. And a stringy neck breaker to the knee. Made it smart to the sternum that time. And that was,
big man's going up.
Right. DDP calling some plays here for the team. Too much time spent getting to the top. And here comes Perry Saturn. Jawbreaker.
He's gonna make the tag, but the who? No one.
He can't.
Oh, nice standing sidekick. Standing sidekick, another one. Takes the big man down. Now Perry Saturn blocks the right hand, scoops up DDP.
Oh, could be Diamond Cutter. It could be.
No.
He threw him off. He rolls him up.
I love this.
2, and it's...
No, he didn't get him.
Man.
Oh, an eyelash away.
Saturn almost escaped with one right there, guys. He's got him up. Could be DDT. It could be. It's his move. 1, 2. Did he get him? He did not. He did not get him.
I heard him. I heard it. This crowd heard it.
He's going to pick up the behemoth.
Saturn has gone all the way tonight. Saturn has gone all the way.
Oh, what an effort. What do we got here? It's Canyon. Canyon, bruised and battered, has come in, and we had heard he was in a medical facility.
Now we got us a match.
As a matter of fact, he does have a hospital band on his left hand.
He's got himself checked out.
He sure does.
Come on, Canyon.
Well, check out and check in.
Canyon has got the table set perfectly.
Oh, the discus right hand spinning around. Hit him in the 1, 2, 3. He beat him. He knocked him right out. He knocked him smack dab out. There was no way Canyon should have come from the hospital into the ring, and it costs Saturn.
I'll tell you what, that blows me away. It looked to me like Canyon was fine. He was ready to go. How he felt for a sucker punch like that, as emotional as he was, is beyond me.
The fact is, Page and Bigelow, the new champs. This portion of WCW Monday Nitro Live brought to you by Milky Way. Introducing the best caramel ever and the new best ever Milky Way. Milk it!
Am I the man? I'm liking it. I love it like that.
Like a girl. He was too much.
He was
What is that guy?
Brother, you need to pull around right now.
About to hit the fan. Probably say that it's on. It's probably on. What's on? I'll show you what's on. I'll show you what's on.
There's something happening. Oh my God. You go out! What is that? You guys! Watch the glass. What is it?
Hey guys, how's it going, Matsu?
Hit it!
Get out of here.
Son of a bitch! I know it! Son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you!
You beat me in the throat,
This portion of Monday Nitro is brought to you by Lewis Septic Services for all your savage septic needs.
Well, I don't think that was chocolate milk, fans. But anyway, coming up next, the cage match. Rick Steiner and Sting. Tank Abbott will be the special referee. It's Ultimate WCW next, live on TNT.
Yeah. You know how we do. Is anybody here ready to see Rick Steiner and Sting in a cage match? Well, let's have it. I got one thing to say. Drop the cage.
All right, the cage lowers. It'll encase Sting, Rick Steiner, and special referee Tank Abbott. And as it comes down, fans, we do have a note for you that's very important to pass along. This coming Friday, June 4th, tickets for Bash at the Beach, which will be Sunday, July 7th, go on sale at the National Car Rental Center ticket office in Fort Lauderdale. And all Ticketmaster outlets. Plus, on June 4th, at 10 a.m. till noon at Peaches at 1500 Sunrise Boulevard, you can meet Diamond Dallas Page. Bash at the Beach will be in Fort Lauderdale, July 11th. Get your tickets as they go on sale this Friday. What an event that's going to be. Well, Bobby Heenan, here we go.
How would you like to be standing there, Tony, having them lower that cage down around you? I've been in that situation. I don't like it. I didn't do good in them. This is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Well, you know, Brain, as you know, many of the cages throughout the years in our sport, they've been very different kinds. There have been cages, they've had the big girders on them where you can climb out easily. But this one has a top. Now, here is some footage of what happened a week ago. As the Sting Monsters truck came out, as Scott Steiner was helping his brother Rick, out of the monster truck, we thought it was Sting. No, it was Lex Luger. From behind, Sting snuck into the ring, and they caged, they pinned, they cornered the Steiner brothers, showing you Sting and Luger back together again, as well as the Steiners. Well, this time the cage is going to be around the ring. Buff Bagwell had been laid out. Sting was waiting. The Steiners didn't go for either of them at that time, Brain. This steel cage.
It's going to happen now.
That's right. This steel cage, as you can see, has a top on it. Therefore, it's no escape.
You're in there. You're in there. You're in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we knew it was going to be a cage match, but we didn't know that this man would take it upon himself to be the special referee. He is the notorious Tank Abbott. Of course, you fans of Ultimate Fighting, of UFC, know this man.
I've heard his reputation.
He's one of the baddest street fighters in the entire world.
But this is WCW. Let's see what he's got.
And he's going to be the referee. Are you kidding me? It's coming back after this.
Welcome to the Dog Pound.
Never thought I would hear that music hit and the boos ring down like they are, the 20,000 plus here at the Houston Astrodome. But on this Memorial Day, 1999, when we celebrate, pay homage to the veterans who lost their lives so we could live free in this great country, we are going to finish it all off in a monster cage.
Fresh meat, Sting, you ain't got a
This guy, Rick Steiner, we talked about it earlier, Brian. He is one of the toughest men in any fighting sport, be it wrestling, ultimate fighting, boxing, whatever.
I have no idea what to do with this man in a cage. If I was his opponent, I'd leave the building. I don't know what to do. To have Rick Steiner in a cage has to be the most dangerous thing I can think of.
But you know, if anybody's up to the task, it's got to be Sting.
Right.
Sting has always been the most courageous man in this sport. I mean, he's proved it year in, year out.
Well, he'll do it all. You know that. He'll
Sure he
jump
will.
from the ceiling. He'll do whatever he has to do. He's just one tough guy.
And one would think, based on the animosity that was built up on Thursday, that that things are not looking too good for one Rick Steiner here. He and Tank Abbott kind of went at it, and you know, I haven't agreed with all that Rick Steiner's been doing as of late, but I do have to agree with Rick Steiner's attempt to take up for pro wrestlers when Tank Abbott thought it best to run wrestlers down. We all know better than that.
Well, Tank Abbott may be a tough man on his own turf. This is different ground. Let's see what he's got.
But if Tank Abbott can get in close, he can nail you.
But he's got a reputation. Fastest hands in the world.
Here he comes. Tank Abbott's been known as the baddest dude in Ultimate Fighting, while Sting has been known as the ultimate wrestler by many, many promoters, fans, publications. Never, ever back down from a challenge. Has battled back from injuries and has always been the true hero, the true fan favorite. And he's going to go in the cage with an inexperienced referee and a man who'll do anything by the name of Rick Steiner.
Lock the door and let's do it.
There's your battleground, and it's good that you could be with us on this live edition of Monday Nitro in the Houston Astrodome. There's the entourage of Tank Abbott, and here we go.
This is going to be good.
See, here's the inexperienced. Abbott doesn't even really know how to call the bell here. He just says, get in there and fight. And
That's the way he is. He doesn't need a bell. Just go fight.
There's going to be plenty of bell ringing here. Sting immediately.
Somebody's going to get the bell rung.
Starts on the offense against Rick Steiner. The cage, obviously, a weapon. Ooh, weapon as you can see, but also used to keep guys like a Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump out. You can just tell, even though the face is painted, it masks some of the emotion that Sting is starting out with abundance of confidence, and he's fearless right now.
Well, he does have the advantage. Steiner's is so tough.
Hey, I like what Abbott's doing. He's just standing back, letting him go at it.
Oh!
Here comes Rick Steiner. Hammering Sting, firing back. Pound for pound, one of the toughest men in any of the one-on-one combat sports you'll find around the world. And look at these kidney punches to Sting.
Well, they're both tough. They're both that tough. And Tank Abbott's just standing back watching.
Doing exactly what I think a good referee should do, because in a cage where there is, as you know, basically no holds barred, anything goes. The only thing a referee should do in a situation like this is to count a winner.
His palm.
Is to count a winner. Drop kick. Oh my. The salad days of pro wrestling.
Oh! Nail him. Oh! Nowhere to go. You're trapped.
Boy, it's very apparent to me that Abbott just wanted to stand in there and see what these guys had. He wanted to be up close about it. He called the wrestlers cherries falling from the sky, and so he's finding out firsthand what it's like. Maybe he's learning a thing or two about what it takes to be successful in a pro wrestling cage.
A lot of cherries have seeds. You can choke on them.
Meanwhile, Sting at the mercy here. Of Rick Steiner in the cage, used as a formidable weapon once again. Countless cage matches I've seen throughout the years in this sport, and each time I see one, fans, I'm amazed over and over again. A newfound amazement, each and every one, and I'm serious, every one, about the brutality, about how much pain these men endure in a cage match.
You know, I'll tell you something. I've been in a lot of cage matches, but every cage match I've been in has been different.
He's not counting here,
He's not counting. He's not doing nothing. He's walking around. That's okay. He's watching. But every cage I've been in or seen or managed or saw, they're different.
Sure they are.
They're all different fights.
And of course, every wrestler approaches the cage a different way, but they all have one common thing they use in a cage, and that is they use the cage to help them.
But you can't plan for a cage. You'll sit in the dressing room, you'll talk about going into this match. You'll talk with your partner or your manager or whoever about what to do. There's nothing you can do. When that door is shut, it is over. It's survival.
Here comes Sting, mounting his comeback. Standing drop kick. Another one by the Stinger.
Pretty much on the money, huh, Schiavone?
You're not kidding, Brain.
Chalk up another.
Can Sting, though, win the match? Does Sting want to win the thing right now? Or does he want Steiner to endure a little bit more?
Steiner's the kind of a guy you can beat on all day long. You never know when he's finished. You never know when he's had enough. And sometimes you can't tell if he's had enough. He'll go all night.
All right, the Stinger.
Oh!
Jumping in midair, and that frog splash of his missed. Knees were up. The Gremlin back up. Picks up Sting. Oh my goodness, across the shoulders in a backbreaker type hold. And Sting is gonna maybe come out of this with a backslide. Can he get him over?
Well, the tallest man wins in something like this.
Well, the man who drops to his knees first got the leverage.
Sting should drop to his knees right now and jam his head to the mat.
I don't think he wants a backslide. This is like another version of a torture rack or submission hold. He's just bending the spine of Rick Steiner, pulling back on the pectoralis muscles around the chest and the shoulders and the trapezius. And I don't know, think of another muscle for me.
You've been going to medical school, obviously. Or you've been working at a auto body shop.
Side of the head. Sting tries to walk away, but there's no place to go in the confines of the cold steel. Could be. He pulled.
Wait a minute.
He pulled him out of the way and he nailed Sting. Tank Abbott did. And what do we have here? Is this athletic tape? That's what it is. Tank Abbott waves at Sting.
He doesn't care. He's just walking around.
He attacks Sting.
But look what Steiner's doing right now. He's taping his wrist to the top rope. He's making the man, he can't defend himself.
And Abbott just walked out, shut that cage door, and walked away. He came out to help Rick Steiner.
Did he ever?
And now taped, and at the mercy of Rick Steiner.
And Stinger's helpless right now.
He cannot go anywhere.
He can go about 3 feet, and that's it.
Yeah, he can just slide 3 feet, right or left.
And Steiner's got 2 hands, 2 feet. Sting's only got 2 feet. He's no match. And look at Tank Abbott. Could care less. He's applauding the actions of Rick Steiner.
This obviously was all a grand plan. The fans booing Abbott. Abbott having nothing to do with it. Just watching unmercifully as Sting gets hammered.
Sting is helpless, Tony.
You're not kidding, he is. So what happened on Thursday? Was that all the beginning of a big setup? That's the question I want to know.
You can't trust the soul.
As Tank Abbott walks out.